are here to do a little chat with us video because, as explained in live yesterday, we didn't have too much to be vlogged because we haven't been feeling the best. So, we're gonna chat today about our college experience and just college.
Okay.
We'll try to make it not too long. So.
Ooh, I like it.
You wanna start?
You take this over.
Okay, so my freshman year of college was really bad. Like, really bad. I failed 3 classes. I started off the first semester okay, but I think I got caught up with, like, not having to go to class because, you know, I didn't have to. No one was like, you need to go to class. And I think I took on too much, like too many hard classes for my first year. I shouldn't say I didn't go to class. I made it sound like I didn't. I still went to class, but I had a lot of, like, really hard coursework. So then I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. And, like, in my head I was like, this is too hard, I can't do this. And I kind of gave up almost. Like, just, like, kind of stopped trying, really. And then, yeah, so that happened. And then the next the next semester, my second semester, I don't really know what happened. I mean, it was right after I met him. I met him, and then, I don't know, something happened, and I got myself together and got, like...
That's what happened. You met me.
Yeah. I got like a 3.6 or 3.7 or like something that was really good for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And then I think seeing that I was capable of doing it, it pushed me. And after that semester, I continued to get like a 3.7, 3.8, kind of in that realm, and continued to do fairly well. So that was my college experience.
My college experience was a little different. I was in college for, I think she was only in college for 4 years, so she did the 4-year thing. I think I started college in 2005, 2006, and I graduated in 2012, so it took me a long time, but I did take a couple semesters off. I think I took 3 or 4 semesters off. Did not know what I wanted to do when I got in college. Was very lost. I did a lot of things for college. So I was vice president of the student body, president for the radio station. I was a DJ for a long time. Was on the student senate. I did a lot in college. I was very active in the social part of college, but I was never like the best student. But I was really good as far as networking and just connecting with people on campus and doing different things. Didn't know what I wanted to do, so I think that was kind of why my college was so delayed, because I was scared to graduate, because I didn't know what would be after college. But met Hamali 2009, so met her a couple years after I'd been in college and graduated at the same time she graduated. And, you know, I ended up getting my degree in communication and a minor in ethnic studies. And I think what college did for me was... I don't really know. You know, I don't know. I don't know what it did for me. Maybe it helped me with perspective. But, you know, I'm not the best person to talk to about college because, you know, I think that it is a scam. I do. I think college is a scam. I truly think it's a big old scam. But I do think it's a building block that we in America feel like we have to go through. And I do think there are elements of college that are necessary. And it is necessary for some people. But when you come out of college and you owe $50,000 in debt, or you owe $500,000 in debt, and you don't even know what you want to do with your life, I think that's a scam. Like, there's like, you know, it's definitely a business. So, and, you know, it's integrated in our minds that we have to go to college. And that's not the case nowadays. You don't have to go to college.
And I think, by the way, my major was psych with a mental health certificate. But I think now, after experiencing college, I personally think that instead of like right out of high school, you should go to college and like, you know, that's just like the chain of events most people kind of follow. This may be wrong, but I agree with Billy, and I think you should see what you want to do and see what is required in that field. Like, I knew I wanted to do some type of thing with kids, and I would have loved to like help kids with mental illnesses. So I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So I, you know, went with psych because I thought, yeah, maybe we'll see. But I don't know, I just feel like going into college, spending all that money and all that time and not really knowing what you're doing is fine. It's okay. I'm not saying it's bad. But I feel like the outcome is always better if you have like a focused end goal, because then you're more motivated, you're more like focused, and you know there's going to be an outcome to the money you're spending to the...
College is too expensive for you. Like when you're 18 years old and you don't know what you're doing with your life, and then the school is costing you $20,000 a year, it's too expensive for you to take a risk. Like that's a debt that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. When Bam is 18 or Asha's 18, if they want to go to college, I'm going to support them, and if they don't want to go to college, I'm going to support them, because like I feel like you should, one, do what you feel is right, because this is a debt you're taking on for the rest of your life. And my advice to Bam and Asha is, first of all, do good in high school, because that's required, and then after high school, enjoy life. Take a year off, enjoy life, like while you're still with mom and dad. Get a job.
You can.
Start to do different things if you have that luxury.
Right.
And then figure out what you want to do and see if that's required, if college is required in that. Hustle. Like, you know, I think, you know, maybe 18 is a little premature, but whatever you want to do, and maybe it's just because this is where I'm at in my life right now, but you got to figure out something that you really want to do, and you're gonna have to put your like hustle into it, like. Eat, breathe, sleep that. Figure out, learn how. There's so much education online, and the world is always changing. That, you know, there's really no excuse for you not to be doing what you want to do. So that's where I'm at. And people always say they want to do stuff, but they don't want to put the work in. So if you want to be a doctor, you got to go to college. That's a part of it.
Right.
And you're gonna have to put the work in. If you want to be an engineer, you're gonna have to put the work in. If you want to be a YouTube vlogger and you want to be the best YouTube vlogger, you got to put the work in. And you know, I mean, for being a doctor, you got to go to college. Being an engineer, you got to go to college. Being, you know, maybe a CEO of a company someday. And you don't need to go to college for that, right? So like, there's different avenues, but you just got to figure out what do you want to do, and go for it. And then if you don't know what you want to do, I don't know if it's the best idea for you to go to college and give $20,000, you know, a semester or a year to a school, to figure out what you want to do in the future, just to come out with that and still not know what you want to do. Like, I don't know if that's going to help you at all. You know, to each his own. But,
and I think nowadays, there's so many other resources out there. Like, just recently I've been looking at, like, jobs you can do from home. And there are so many jobs out there that you can do from home that you don't need a degree for, that you can just, like, I don't know, there's just so many more options, especially with the internet and with, you know, and just in general.
And I'm not trying to say, like, college is bad. Like, I don't think college is bad, because there were some things that I did in college, like, for the student body and everything, that, you know, I think I take with me today. But to Molly's point, and to my point, it is a bad idea if you're just coasting through life, and if it's just the next. That's just like if you go to the military and you're like, oh, I just don't know what to do next, so I'm gonna go to the military. Like, no, that's a big commitment. Like, that's a big commit. Like, this is a big decision that you're making, and at the end of the day, you're buying this education and this is expensive. It's like buying a Lamborghini. It's like, so it's like, this is a big decision that you're gonna have to continuously make payments on until, you know, you're 30 or 40, and
maybe longer.
Maybe longer. Some people, yeah, until they're 50 or 60. Maybe you die with it.
Right.
So I don't know what the natural, like, and this is the thing for kids. I don't know what the next natural progression is for everybody. Like, I don't know, like, once you graduate high school, I don't know if college is the next thing. I don't know if going into the work field is the next thing. I don't know if traveling is the next thing. I don't know if being homeless is the next thing. But you just have to figure out what's right for you. And you do have to realize if you join the military, that's going to be a commitment. And you're going to have to do, that's going to be a commitment. If you go to college, that's a commitment and that's a debt that you're taking on. If you don't go to college, that's a risk. Because you don't, maybe you'll be like, man, I should have went to college when I was 18. It's because I would already have my liberal arts done, whatever it is. Everything you do is a risk, and I don't think there's a guaranteed pathway to success or a path of least resistance. You got to figure out how do you want your life to play out, and do it, and hopefully you have parents that support you.
I agree.
But
yeah. I think that's it. Do you have anything else to add? I think that sums it up for me.
Yeah, it sums it up for me.
Yeah, I guess that's all we have for you guys. If you guys have any other questions on our opinions or anything else with college or in life, whatever.
Yeah. And for you guys to know, in the next 5 years, my goal is to be a millionaire. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I do know I do good in my job right now. And we're comfortable. We live in a nice place in a nice area, and we have no threat of not living here. But like I want us to go to the next level, and so you guys are gonna start to see a lot more from us, a lot more on YouTube, a lot more on the internet. Hopefully, you guys support us. But I want us to really be an example of the American dream. And you see so many people out there, like the Shaytards, and I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't know if it's going to be through investing because I've never done that. That's another thing. I went to college, guys, and she went to college, and we don't even know how to invest stocks. And there are some colleges that teach this. This isn't college's job. I think we should learn how to do this in high school. Yeah. But we don't know how to do stocks. We don't know how to, like, really get to the wealth. So if you think, like, what is real wealth? You think of stocks. You think of investments. You think of just different things things I don't even know.
Yeah, I wish they would have taught us how to invest and read stocks or whatever. I don't even know what it's called.
And there's so much information out there. There's so much information out there now that I'm reading it and I'm getting into it. Right. I think that people just have to be willing to be open and say, what do I want to do with my life? If you want to be an accountant, I'm going to be honest. You don't have to go to school right out of high school to be an accountant. You can go on the internet, study, make sure it's something you really want to do, learn the ins and outs, go buy the millions of books that are at your local bookstore about accounting, and really get that information and get an interest in it, and then go to college, get the CPA, get whatever you need to be that, and then grow in that field. That's the way I think it should be. You should, because there's so much information at our fingertips right now that I can literally go be a doctor. I could be a doctor right now if I wanted to. I could go to Barnes and Noble, get books, read about it, listen to podcasts, watch different documentaries, different videos, and I can have a basic understanding of what it's like to be a doctor. Then I can go to school and then relearn all that stuff from a teacher just to make sure that I'm certified. So somebody's checking doing the checks and balances. Then then I've already done the pre-work. And now when I'm in school, it's just like, oh, yeah, I know all the answers to this because I already did the homework. And I already proved that I have an interest in it. So now it's worth me spending $20,000 this semester.
You're going to be more motivated and invested in getting that degree or getting,
That's exactly it. You're going to be more invested.
Right.
So, there's so many things at our fingertips. Just go do it. And even now, we were talking about, should we open up our own t-shirt company? There's thousands of people who have their t-shirt companies. They're making good money. There's thousands of people who have their own their own coffee shops or whatever it is. There's so much in this world that you don't need to go to school for, and you can just start it. And my goal is when Bam is older, I want him to be like, my parents started this, and I can just keep going with it. And I also want Bam to have, and Asha, I want them both to be like, I want them to have a mindset of when they're in high school, I'm a hustler. I want them to be like, oh, I can open this up and be successful and I can work for myself. That's what I want my kids to really think about. Or I want to be able to pass them something that they can have and be like, I don't have to get a job because my family is a business and we are an investment with our life yesterday, whatever it is. That's the goal, man. And we all like all the viewers and everybody has the capabilities to do that. So it's not just
I agree.
yeah. So I think Kevin Hart inspired me like for life. He just said he's like, you guys, I just got done filming a movie and now I'm gonna go do a stand-up comedy show because he's like, there's so much money out there and there's so many ways to get to it. And I was just thinking, man, like, and I know the old saying, it takes money to make money, but everybody starts from somewhere. And I think it's just the people who hustle. When you see The Rock, when you see Kevin Hart, you see Will Smith, you see all these people, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, these people who are continuously pushing. They have all the money already, but they keep pushing and getting money different ways. It just really shows you, you know, I can do that. So
Anyone can do it.
anybody.
Just set your mind to it.
Do you have the hustle?
Work
Do you have the
hard.
drive? And you say, like, this is another thing. You say you have the hustle. You say that you have the drive.
Yeah.
But do you really? Like, are you sitting there binge watching Stranger Things on Netflix? like me and Hamali, we watched so much of The Office. I thought, who said this the other day? I was listening to him. I think it was Cali Muscle. He's a YouTuber. But he's like, people are always talking about they hustle. But then on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock, they have to watch The Walking Dead. He's like, do you know what I'm doing at Sunday night at 10 o'clock? I'm thinking about how to make more money. Like, I'm thinking about, he literally pulled up a book. He's like, I'm literally reading this book because there's nothing else more important to me than getting this success. And he uses the word money. But, like, that's really what it takes. Like, are you really that driven that nothing else matters except for, you know, maybe spending time with your family and figuring out how to be a success? Like anything else is just a waste of your time. Like, are you really that driven? So.
Yep, makes sense.
But anyways, we're about to watch some TV, so.
Anyways, you guys, this is probably a really long video. Sorry for the length, but hey, that was our thoughts. If you don't agree, let us know down below. If you agree, let us know. If you have questions, let us know down below.
Just so you guys know, on my phone, literally what I'm looking at right now is Ameritrade or E-Trade. Which one should you get? So hopefully by the end of this week, maybe by the end of the night, I have an E-Trade account or an Ameritrade account. That's the goal.
Yeah, we're starting, guys. We'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. But that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want us to talk about anything else or want our opinion on any topics, let us know down below and we will be happy to share our thoughts. Anyways, we will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Bye.
Peace.